Grant, so much ground to cover. In Chicago, the mayor is black. The chief of police is black. The officer, as you pointed out, who was shot is black. And they're trying to turn this into some sort of racial thing. And as you pointed out in Memphis, you got a career criminal who should not have been out on the streets, which is why I started a PAC called MakeAmericaJustAgain.org. Go to MakeAmericaJustAgain.org. Throw a little something in the tip jar. We're trying to raise awareness to how many people are dead or have been seriously injured by people who should not have been on the streets, but for the soft on crime George Soros-backed DAs and the soft on crime policy that have been pushed by people like Gavin Newsom here in California. It's an absolute outrage. The number one job of government is to protect people and property, and it is not doing it.
All right, Larry, let's take this step by step. We'll take the Chicago case. What do you think the goal is? Because it almost appears that the mainstream media work in concert with each other, with marching out, making the suspect look like victims. They forget about the cop that shot. And then you've got this basically pushing race all across Chicago. What is the goal here? What are they doing?
Let's assume on the most base level that it's just wholesale stupidity and ignorance, a false belief that the police, in fact, are killing black people just because they're black. There's a website, Grant, called policemag.com. They asked people who were self-described as very liberal, how many unarmed black men did the police kill in 2019? Half of the self-described very liberal people thought the police killed 1,000 unarmed black men in 2019. 8% thought they killed 10,000. Regarding self-described just regular liberal people, 39% thought the police in 2019 killed 1,000 unarmed black men. 5% thought they killed 10,000. The answer, according to the Washington Post database, was 12. So when something like this happens, many people on the left assume that this is just business as usual, when in fact the police kill more unarmed whites every year than unarmed blacks. They kill more white people every year than black people. The police are more reluctant, more hesitant to pull the trigger on a black suspect than a white suspect. So I think it's just wholesale ignorance and a willingness to push this woe is me racial agenda that black people are still being persecuted in America in the year 2024. After we've had two back-to-back elections of Barack Obama, in Baltimore, when Freddie Gray died in police custody, Grant, if I can just take a second, that was in 2016. The mayor was black. The state attorney who brought the charges against the 6 officers were black. 3 of the 6 officers black. A judge before whom 2 of them tried their cases was black, found them not guilty. The superintendent of schools was black. The county superintendent of schools was black. Oh, by the way, the U.S. AG in the time, Loretta Lynch, was black, as was the president of the United States black. So all these black people are running the system. It reminds me of what comedian Wanda Sykes once said after Obama got elected. How are you going to complain about the man when you are the man? In many of these cities, the mayor is black, the chief of police is black, superintendent of schools is black. If they're still talking about systemic racism, it's an absolute insult.